Now for the last one, this is the interface. It's the U-Control UCA200, which is, you'll probably find out there the UCA222 or the UCA202, which is the replacements for it. The main difference is it has the ability on those to monitor it directly from the device with an 1/8 of an inch input jack. That's the main difference between it. This one does not. This one is just a basic interface device that allows you to interface directly with the computer and send it directly out to a mixer with the RCA cables. Both, all three of these units use RCA cables, and for the 2 in and 2 out. And it basically, it just, all it does is it's meant as just to function as interface, and it's just meant to take the signal from the mixer and bring it right over. Frankly, so far so good, no problem, no issues with the audio quality. This would be the whole problem with an interface, is a problem with the audio quality. And so far to date, we do not have this. There is no problem with the audio quality, and that would be the whole issue with an interface. This is the whole point of having interface, is to make sure this doesn't happen. Now, there are certain mixers that they offer in the ZNext series that actually had this interface actually worked into the mixer itself, so you don't have to have it as a separate device. Now, I've looked into this. I've actually thought about this. I might purchase one at a separate date, so I can limit my extra space and have it as this one single device, and just run the USB cable directly to the computer to eliminate the extra space, and so I don't have the RCA cables running, so there's no RCA cables needed, and just run the USB cable out of the back of the device into the back of the computer, and this will actually solve the whole problem. But as of now, this as a interface device, this works great. I mean, even if when you buy the new interface devices, these are about $30, and that's actually quite cheap for interface devices, especially because some of them can get quite pricey and be up to a couple $100. And you'll notice that those, you'll have a lot more options with them, but really when it comes down to it, it's being able to transfer your actual audio data from outside the computer to inside the computer. Basically an analog signal, transfer it into a digital signal inside the computer. This is the basic issue when it comes to audio interfaces. Can you transfer that analog signal into a digital signal into the computer? And this is where the whole problem comes from. Now, when you try to directly do this by just taking analog signal directly into the computer, the signal is going to suffer greatly, because you're just taking an analog signal and processing it into a digital system, and it's not going to work very well. This is why you're going to need some type of audio interface. It doesn't matter what type of audio interface you use. Now, there are certain things with like different digital amplifiers have audio interfaces, but sometimes you don't want to go that route. Sometimes you just want just the interface. Now, with this case, it is just the interface. Now, you only have to run it to that mixer. Now, all you do is just run the mixer, run the EQ, basically 12 o'clock, and you can basically take any type of VST plug-in directly at 12 o'clock, and you can run it basically where you can process any type of instrument signal through your computer without the issues, which makes it very, very nice. as opposed to trying to do that directly when you're going to have a lot of issues. Now, when you're doing such things as audio like this, just direct audio, it's going to make it so you can basically pass everything through without an issue, as long as the interface is a quality interface. And frankly, this is a very, very nice interface, because it's about pretty much, I mean, it's not that large. It's pretty much about the size of like a flip phone, maybe a little thicker. And it's so basically it's not that large, and as long as you have room with it, it's not going to take up much space. The basic whole thing with it is do you have the space on it, on the whole desk area with it? And as long as you do with it, it's not going to take up much area, and you can basically keep running whatever you need to run, and you can keep on with your stuff for your podcast, your instrument recording, whatever you want to do. Now, this as an interface is really going to be versatile for anybody that wants to go into basically taking analog signals from any type of device and running it into a digital world, basically being the computer. Anybody that wants to do that is going to be very, very interested in a device like this. This is essentially the same idea as what people are doing by taking these boxes and taking over signals from these consoles and bring them over to the PC to actually record actual material on. And this is the same idea. They're just doing it from both audio and visually, and it makes it a little different, so they can actually record themselves playing. In this case, it's just only giving you audio, and it's basically just like that. In both cases, they are just interfaces. The other cases, it is an actual video interface as well, because it's allowing you to use your other devices as an interface, integrating with the whole system as well. But with this one, we're just only focusing on the audio spectrum of it. And as far as I see with it, there's never been any problem, and there probably won't with it, because it's such a small unit, and it's only just basically quickly processing it, letting it pass right through, and is directly going to the computer very, very quickly. So there's no latency problems, and pretty much what you're hearing is coming directly through. It's very, very quickly happening, and I'm not noticing any issues. And especially with the computer processing it being a very, very nice computer, we're not noticing any problems whatsoever. Now, if I were having probably a bad computer and probably a bad mixer or something and a bad microphone, we probably might not be having the same situation. It might be that the audio interface is not going to be helping much. But in this case, the audio interface is really keeping everything nice and smooth. So this is the end of it for right now with it. If I have any other pieces of gear that I want to talk about, I'll add that right on there as I see fit. Okay, bye.